Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Danny again. So of course, as always, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, thanks for returning. I am Danny. I am a wife, mompreneur, and PRN social worker, and overall just a girl who is trying to strengthen her relationship with Christ. So if those are some of the things that you enjoy listening to or chatting about, then not only like this video, but also subscribe to the channel. So I want to start off by saying today I am 40 weeks and 2 days expecting. Yeah, my due date was September 2nd. So yeah, I'm still here. But other than that, we'll get right into the video and go from there. So in today's video, I just really wanted to discuss like the feelings of, you know, living on a tight budget, buckling down on a financial plan, as well as, you know, just trying to stay on a debt-free journey. Now, if you're on a journey, such as like trying to stay debt-free, I know for me, and I can only speak for myself, of course, it can be a bit not only challenging, but also, you know, the way you may feel sometimes. It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't really, you know, well, you try to prevent, you know, the feeling of going out to eat or going on vacation as often as you were when you was, of course, you know, credit card swiping. So, you know, it's just a lot of feelings that I know I deal with inside sometimes. So I just wanted to discuss some of the things that helped me to overcome those feelings, as well as overcoming those challenges of, you know, staying on the tight budget and just trying to remain on a debt-free journey. So first thing I wanted to speak about was just staying in God's words and learning and growing from his words, and also just listening to sermons. So what I try to do daily, every morning, I assign myself a reading time to, you know, sit down and read, and just have some alone time with him, you know, while the little one is still sleeping and the oldest one is, you know, getting ready for school. That's my time that I utilize to, you know, read and learn and just sow within myself. And just so within the relationship that I'm trying to strengthen with him. I also assign myself a time during the day, whether if it's typically around like my lunchtime, or maybe like 1:30ish p.m. That's the time as well that I try to do some reading. And then I also try to do some reading in the evening. I was doing some reading, trying to do readings at night, but sometimes I found that to become a little challenging, because I would either like doze off or, you know, just fighting the spirit of slumberness is what I'm learning now. So yeah, those are the times that I try to assign myself to, is the morning, around lunch, and then like early evening. So also throughout the day, I try to like listen to sermons, write down notes, write down scriptures that I learned from the sermons as well. So those are some, you know, things of how I try to sow, like I said, not only within the relationship that I'm trying to strengthen with Father, but also sow within to myself. Second one would be staying off of social media. Yes, I know it's probably hard for you to do, and it was hard for me to do as well. But I can say I'm much better staying off of it. I find myself much better staying off of it. Social media, I really don't, I guess you could say the only positive thing I see with social media is, you know, maybe networking, business networking, and maybe keeping up with family who is, I'm sorry, I was also trying to answer to some emails. But yeah, you know, only thing I see positive with social media is also maybe like keeping up with family who like lives out of town, or seeing family photos, things of that nature, which then at that point I feel like, okay, well, if they're family, you guys should personally have each other number, and maybe like do a family group chat, or maybe actually communicate instead of just like social media. So I really don't find the positivity in social media. I feel like social media is really like a fake world. I mean, you get to be what you want to be on social media. You get to be who you want to be, type of thing. You could create avatars. You can put filters on your face, put makeup on your face. You can do all type of stuff. It's like a fake world to me. So you kind of find yourself trying to be in a form of like a competition in a sense too, because you want to make yourself seem like you're doing so much better than you really is. And just things of that nature. I don't really find social media really positive, but of course that's just my opinion. That's just me. If you have a different intake on it, I'm more than open to hear you out. But that's just how I feel about social media. And honestly, if it doesn't really provide any positivity to your life, then I don't recommend it being in your life. So, and that's what I try to do. I try to stay away from anything that's like negative and bring any negativity in my life. I try to, I more so definitely try to go towards the things that bring positivity to my life. So staying off social media is one of them. Number 3, no longer keeping up with the lives of people in the entertainment industry. So whether if that's like my quote unquote used to be like favorite rappers or favorite singers, yeah, I don't try to keep up with that stuff anymore. I don't. I used to, I used to watch like a lot of TV. I used to watch like a lot of reality TV and stuff like that. I don't no more. I kind of just be like, oh, okay. Sometimes, when you stroll on like your YouTube news feed, it pops up automatically, about like a rapper who just, was in court or something to that nature, but other than that, I don't really try to keep up. I don't keep up with that stuff anymore at all. So, another one is trying to surround myself with like-minded individuals. So it's kind of challenging when you be around individuals who do a lot of shopping. You guys might value time a little differently. Like you might value time over money. And in a sense, they kind of value money over time. So it would be challenging to keep a friendship or relationship with an individual like that when you guys aren't totally like-minded. So that's one thing I try to do. I try to surround myself with like-minded individuals. And we could just grow from one another. That's what I find important and positive in a friendship or, in a relationship, is if you could grow from one another. I mean, you can't, in my opinion, be literally like level to level, because how would you guys grow from one another, if that makes sense? So just trying to be around like-minded individuals who maybe come up with additional ideas to help out with budgeting, or additional ideas to save money, or additional ideas on family planning, just things of that nature. I just really find it important to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Next one is I stopped listening to like a lot of rap and R&B music. I only really listen to music that I could grow from and that helps me sow into trying to strengthen my relationship with Christ. If it's not music, worshiping and giving all praises to the Most High, then I don't listen to it anymore. I guess I'm going to say, finding myself reading more, I became, more attentive to things. And I really just kind of started listening to the lyrics of like these rappers and these singers. And it's like, who's she talking about? Or who is she worshiping? like take the time out to really, like, how I want to say it, get past the lullaby beats, because that's what the beats are. It's like lullabies, you know what I'm saying? That's how the little kids be, you know, automatically sometimes dancing to that stuff, because it's like a lullaby. It's like lullaby music, you know. But get past the beat and actually start listening to the lyrics. Actually start listening to what these rappers are saying. Actually start listening to what these singers are saying. And these are the same lyrics now that you 9 times out of 10 are repeating. I know I was, you know what I'm saying? Until now, I'm like, I was listening to that. I was really repeating those words. Wow. You know, so just start doing that and being like, wait, who is she talking about? Because in some songs, those rappers and singers would say something about crystals or something about something. And you don't even realize how I want to say it, the true meaning or the spirits that you're bringing into your life, repeating what that rapper in the entertainment industry is saying. That rapper who probably sold their soul for all that money they have. And I'm just being real. So you don't realize that, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't realize that when you listen to certain songs, you start, how I want to say it, you start becoming a different person inside. You know what I'm saying? I kind of don't know how to explain it, but I know the feeling. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I would suggest, is if you are a person that's big on listening to a lot of rap music and a lot of R&B music, just start paying attention to the words. You know what I'm saying? But of course, your ears won't be open to it if you haven't repented and you're not reading the words of God. So that's all I have to say with that one. Next one would be trying to improve my gardening skills. I try to garden more often as I can when I have the opportunity to. So you know, just kind of the budget wise, you try to stay away from the grocery stores, right, as much as you can, because groceries are becoming so expensive. So just looking and doing more research into how to garden more and, you know, grow plants, grow herbs, things of that nature, is, you know, becoming more interesting to me, because I'm trying to be more onto a budget. And last but not least, would be valuing my time over money. So me now being on a tighter budget and trying to remain on a debt-free journey, trying to buckle down on a financial plan, it does give me more of an opportunity to value my time more with my family, because I'm not working like a 40-hour job, or even when I'm home, I'm not, working on a computer for 40 hours and giving a majority of my attention to that. My time is really spent with my family a lot more. And so I can say, even though we're living on a tighter budget, the joy of having more of an opportunity to spend more time with one another really overcomes that. It really does, because it was a point in time where I was working full-time as well as like a part-time job at the same time, and every weekend or every time a family event came up or something to that nature, it was always like, oh, I gotta work, or either I was too tired to come. So I can say this experience really taught me how to value my time more over money. So yeah, those are the 7 things that I have. if you guys could think of anything else, or able to suggest anything else that helps you guys with overcoming that feeling of just being on a tight budget and just things of that nature, then please share and comment. I'll be more than happy and open to listening to you guys' opinions as well. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll chat with you guys later. Bye.